I'm gonna start this video off with a story. A few months ago, I was lying in bed scrolling through TikTok when I came across a video captioned NYC blanket couple. And me, already rotting away at 2 a.m., dreading going to work the next morning and for the next 40 years of my life, decided to keep watching. The video was of a busy New York park with tons of people enjoying their day, until it zoomed in on two people rummaging under a blanket. And as I watched, assessing the situation, I said to myself,
are they fucking?
I go to the comments to find people rightfully disgusted and horrified, along with a search for another POV.
It looks like they're fucking.
And then another.
I mean, they could be doing anything.
Over the next few days, it became a massive topic on TikTok. Thousands came out expressing their disgust. There was a search to try to find and punish the couple. Another POV from inside the blanket came out. And we all collectively agreed that performing sexually inappropriate acts in public, even when you're trying to hide it, is no good. Well, unless it's part of a kink, of course. Like, oh, I don't know, wearing remote-controlled vibrating panties out at date nights? That's perfectly fine. I can watch hundreds of these without seeing a single complaint. Here's some ads for it. Here are some satisfied customers. Here are people out at mini-golf. Here are some out at an arcade. And send in the crying, laughing emojis because this is just too funny. Look at the kid running around behind them. This is totally not gross and creepy at all. How's it going, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Hope you've been able to spend some time outside, maybe taking some walks, preferably not on a leash, but apparently people do that now.
That's loyalty right there, babe. That's loyalty right there.
In the last video, we talked about the Gooner Men of Book Talk, which, looking back, was probably the more appropriate title. And in that video, I subjected you all to countless men being way too horny on main. Traumatizing commenters, tearing families apart, scarring people for life, and tripling my subscriber count. So, I think I'm gonna keep doing that. Fast forward to this week. I'm scrolling through TikTok, trying to find more book talk content to talk about, when my fat little fingers accidentally type in the search, bonk talk.
Oh my god.
And after a few more hours of hilarious videos, I try to rectify my mistake, only to make it worse, and type in KinkTok.
When have passy. When not have passy.
And finally, KinkTok. And through that extremely specific set of convenient mistakes, I stumbled upon a side of TikTok filled with wild fantasies and sexual fetishes that no one has ever seen before. Okay, none of that is true. Shocking, right? I watched a video from Drama Queen about KinkTok, and I wanted to make a video about it as well. People are even hornier than I could have imagined, and I want in on it. Not on the horniness, just, you know, talking about it. But before we dive in, I want to be clear that there is a fine line between kink shaming and poking fun / valid criticism. And for me, that line is right outside your front door. Like a line of salt keeping the demons at bay. Only the demon is on a leash and has a fidget spinner butt plug. Personally, I couldn't care less what you do in your own home as long as everyone's consenting. You want to dress up as a hot dog and pour yellow mustard all over yourself? More power to you. I totally get it. That sounds really hot, actually. But as soon as you take it down to the county fair and start pouring mustard all over yourself in front of other people, that's when I think you've gone too far. Because people in public cannot consent to being a part of your fetish. And believe me, no one wants to watch you give yourself a golden shower.
I get the fuck out of me, you little ugly bitch.
Is what I imagine that's called, and I refuse to Google it. Now, to be fair, the majority of KinkTok is not like this. Once I started looking into it, I found that most of the videos under this tag could be defined as people needlessly divulging what weird and wacky stuff turned them on. Definition 2, people have no shame anymore. Definition 3, digital footprint who? But regardless how you feel about this, it ain't hurting anyone. Like, sure, I may not have asked to hear about your alien breeding kink or your scat fetish. But if you have no shame about it and you're not worried about your grandma seeing it when it's reposted to Facebook in 10 years, then go off, sis. Slay, queen, slay. Rock house the boots floor down. Fleek? But while the majority of KinkTok is innocent bedroom talk and in some cases educational, the reason I wanted to talk about it today and the real problem with KinkTok, he said it, that's the title of the video, is when we take things outside using a green screen. Whoa. Why would we go outside when we have technology? Whoa, whoa. One of the most popular kinks that I've seen on the app is when people act like a dog out in public or pet play. You can find tons of videos of people walking on a leash out in public, playing fetch in the park, eating pup cups, shitting on the carpet that I just vacuumed. You know, anything a dog would do. But if I'm being honest, it's probably the least offensive public kink we're going to be talking about today. Like, obviously practicing your kink out in public is questionable, but I would be lying if I said that this grosses me out more than, like, people that do excessive PDA in amusement park lines. And like I said, most of the time, they're just doing dog stuff, like running around a park, or enjoying the day to its fullest, rolling around in the grass and experiencing life's little pleasures. I am jealous of these dogs. Girls. Girl dogs? Bitches. Oh, come on. Don't be mad at, that's the proper term. You can't be mad at, that's a scientific term. I'm a biologist. But overall, as the first one we're looking at today, I don't think this one is too bad. Honestly, I feel like the appropriateness of it boils down to how you act and what you're wearing while doing this.
Humiliation? But why would... Look at that. Dribbling down the chin and everything.
Like, for example, I've actually seen a couple doing this in public before when I went to a Renaissance fair. And tell me how you're gonna go to a Renaissance fair with children present and wear something like this. Tell me, does that look Renaissance to you? No. Completely took me out of the experience. So inappropriate. But again, overall, not too terrible. My kink shame meter is still at safe levels. I sure hope I can keep my cool as we move on to the next one. Oh no. Now, when I first saw this video, I tried my best to give this woman the benefit of the doubt, thinking, oh, maybe this 9-year-old had a massive growth spurt, or maybe this woman could only afford clothes from Build-A-Bear Workshop. But no, this is definitely someone practicing a kink in public, being a brat at the local mall. That was another thing I learned while browsing KinkTok, what a brat is. Not to be confused with Brat Summer, by the way, a completely different thing. But when it comes to the kink, being a brat is just acting like a child, being as unruly as possible and hoping to get punished by your partner/dom. Which again, is fine and good. Do whatever you want at home. But screaming and throwing a tantrum at the mall as a grown adult in what actually looks like a diaper? Absolutely not. I am mortified. I am at my wit's end with this. It's bad enough that anytime I hear an actual child throwing a tantrum in public, I have to fight the urge to throw him out of a 4-story window. But then I tell myself, hey, chill out. It's just a kid, you know, it wouldn't be a fair fight anyway. That wouldn't be the warrior's way. But now seeing this, seeing adults can throw tantrums as well, horrid. End times. The urge for the window has never been stronger. Thank God that that was the only example that I saw on TikTok of people acting like this in public. I did come across an old tweet that was arguably worse. Whew. Not even going to talk about that one. It's rising. But when it comes to videos I've seen on TikTok, none of what I've shown you comes close to the main reason that I wanted to make this video. I mentioned it in the intro. It's the one that I've probably seen the most of and with little to no backlash, and that's when couples use remote control underwear out in public. I have seen countless examples of this trend in so many different places, including in the same room as children, and yet 99% of the time when I go to the comments, nobody bats an eye. As we said from the beginning, everyone agreed from the New York blanket couple that doing something like this in public and trying to hide it is disgusting. There's kids around, for God's sake. And yet when I see videos of this, the only comments I see are people egging them on or asking where they get it because it'll make the perfect gift for your office white elephant party. And before you try to defend it because, you know, nobody's noticing you, no, they are. You're not slick about it at all. I guarantee this is how a lot of people look out in public. Hi, welcome to Chili's. Can I get you a drink? Go ahead, babe. What do you want to drink? I'll have the, can I have a Yingling? Oh, sorry, we're out at the moment. That's fine. Can I have a Coke? Is Pepsi okay? No, fuck Pepsi. I'll just have a water now. Still sparkling bottle? Sparkling, please. Okay, if you need anything, just press this button and I'll come right away. You wish. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Wow, they are really happy to be eating at Chili's. Good for them. I understand how sneaking in public can be dangerous and exciting, but for God's sakes, can we keep it more than 100 yards from your local Chuck E. Cheese? I don't know. Is that unreasonable? Am I asking too much? I know that the mouse could get it, but please keep it in your pants. I am begging you. Jokes aside, this video of a couple doing it in an arcade was the main reason I wanted to make this video. Seeing that the comments were filled with nothing but people egging them on, let me know that maybe we need to course correct a bit. There's kink shaming, and then there's criticizing people for inappropriate behavior in public where children can be present. These are not the same thing. They're not. Also, my kink shame meter is now off the charts. Bring me my bell. Shame. 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 I hated that. This is the loudest bell on the planet. Jesus Christ. And it says ring for beer. I need one of those right now. I didn't have a beer. I just have a Malibu watermelon mojito. I'm never beating the allegations.